हाज़रीन, आज का मौजू है कि पाकिस्तान की मईशत जो है वो तकरीबन तबाही के किनारे पे क्यों पहुंच गई है। वाई पाकिस्तान इकोनॉमी हैज़ रीच्ड द ब्रिंक एंड बेसिकली इट्स समथिंग विच इज़ वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट that in 3 years of PTI's regime, 4 major economic failures have taken place. The first is the inability of government to control prices of essential commodities, food prices. And an ordinary person is now hand to mouth. Prices have quadrupled, of essential items have quadrupled. The prices of sugar, the flour, the prices of vegetables, and the prices of meat and wheat, and you name it, food prices have multiplied. This is one thing, the major failure. The second thing is that in the last 3 years, there has been almost 60 rupees rise in the price of dollar versus rupee. In 2018 July, when elections were held, dollar was around 125 rupees a dollar. Now it is in open market, it is 173 rupees. So you can see that there is no control as far as the exchange rate is concerned, as far as the price of dollar is concerned, and the escalation in the price of dollar that has, and other major currencies like euro and GB pounds, and that has severe economic implications. I mean, that is something which must be understood. The third thing is about the prices of various energy items like say for example electricity and gas. These have also multiplied. Electricity, gas and petroleum products. So 127 rupees a liter, that is petrol. Gas prices have risen, electricity prices have risen, and then a very absurd type of an argument is given that the prices of petroleum oil in Pakistan, petrol in Pakistan is lower in the region as compared to other countries. What about the value of Indian rupee? It is double than Pakistan. What about Indian foreign exchange reserves? 500 and almost $600 billion of foreign exchange reserves. What about Bangladeshi taka? It is double than the Pakistan rupee. The economic growth rate, the per capita income of Bangladesh is more than Pakistan. So they don't compare such things, and then they try to prove that their unpopular type of decisions have some reason that is totally wrong. So the petroleum prices, the gas prices, and also electricity prices, so that is the third failure as far as this government is concerned. The fourth is they have not been able to control the prices of medicines. Because an ordinary person who is hand to mouth cannot afford expensive medicine, and they are increasing the prices. And there are other issues, other economic issues, which we can see that there is no control. There is no control, and then there is also no hope. The end of the tunnel. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. So 220 million people of Pakistan who are hand to mouth, majority of them, except barring those who lived in their comfort zones or the elites, they have lots of money, but 95% of the people of Pakistan, they are in deep economic crisis. So where is the way out? I don't think that with such type of people you can have any optimism or any hope that things may improve. Because unless they take measures which are enforceable, which they can enforce to control the prices, to liquidate as far as the mafias are concerned. The Prime Minister talks about mafias, but what he has done to basically diminish their influence. Nothing has happened. Things have gone from bad to worse. And that is the under soft belly of Pakistan, that is the economy of Pakistan. If a country is economically weak, if it is on dole, and another failure of this government, the economic failure, that it is continuously depending on foreign loans. The foreign exchange reserves, now they say that $19 billion, that is nothing. And $19 billion with the State Bank, basically the money which the government had borrowed from IMF, from World Bank, from Asian Development Bank, from multilateral agencies, and also the COVID money which came to Pakistan from the IMF, and also from friendly states. So if we take into account the foreign exchange reserve, the real foreign exchange reserves, the statement, that's in negative. So no one is interested. No one is, concerned about the economic predicament of Pakistan, and more dependence on foreign sources. Pakistan cannot take a position, and that is how Pakistan will be squeezed from two sides, from the western side, and as far as India is concerned, because India and the United States, as injured lions after the humiliation in Afghanistan, they will leave no opportunity. So economy is one thing. Had it been stable, it would have ensured political stability, and then of course good governance, and the governance issues are very legitimate issues. So to sum up, I think the failure in economy, and basically how Pakistan's economy has reached the brink and is facing enormous challenges. It requires a new setup, it requires new people, it requires professionalism, it requires basically will and determination that to eradicate corruption, to eradicate how resources are being wasted. So a nation must, as former American President Barack Obama once narrated, a nation should live within its means, and we are living beyond our means. Import driven economy. Why there is a need to import agricultural items? Pakistan used to be a breadbasket. Pakistan is an agricultural country, and why we are importing soybean, we are importing wheat, we are importing sugar? Why are we importing cosmetics? Why we are importing luxury items? So that is something which has not changed. It will not change because change requires people who are above contradictions, who do not take U-turn every time, and who can give sacrifices, render sacrifices, and are not just restricted to their comfort zones. Thank you very much.